Hey guys, EBPMAN here, and in today's video we're going to do the first official unboxing of the retail version of the Samsung Galaxy Fold 2 5G. Let's go ahead and check it out. Now in this video we're going to do a retail unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2 5G. This just came through the door and I wanted to share with you my unboxing experience. We're going to compare it to the original. I actually kept mine, I didn't return it. I've been using the Samsung Galaxy Fold 1st Gen, love it, have had no issues with the screen, it's held up well, and we're going to do a comparison so you can see what they look like, how they compare. So let's get straight to the unboxing so you can see what you can expect. Now in the box, as we slide this open, the presentation is everything, I think, with the Fold, and this is a premium phone, so you would expect to have a real nice presentation. So as you open it up like this is the cool part, right? Opens up, and then it has, just some nice advertising here about the future of telephony and, how this is going to change the way everybody experiences using phones. Now, this is an AT&T version, right? So we'll go ahead and open this, and we'll see what's included here. There may be some accessories here that would be important to us. Let's see what's in here. Basically, this is just giving us some user guide information, so nothing hidden in there, because sometimes there's stuff that's hidden or tucked away. Put that over to the side. Here we have our Fold. Beautiful. I really like this better than some of the other phones that have just been released, like the Surface Duo. Premier service, so you can see this premier service information. And again, this is in the effect that there's any damage, you get a premium service when it comes to getting that repaired from a screen perspective. We have our SIM card, which I'll put over to the side. Let's see what else we have in here. We have a USB-C cable. Yep, so USB-C to USB-C. All right, we'll put that aside. We have our power brick, and this is a this is a super fast power brick. So this is just like what we saw with the Note. And then let's see if there's anything else in here. Well, it doesn't look like there's anything else. So it doesn't look like there's a case either. That's kind of a bummer. I don't really see anything else in here. Nothing on the sides, nothing that I'm missing here. So basically what you have is your cord, your power brick, some miscellaneous information, no case, which is kind of really disappointing because there are not a lot of cases available for this thing, and your phone. So let's go ahead and start it up. Now the first thing is we'll remove some of the plastic. So we'll go ahead and remove that out of the way. All right. And then here you see the Fold, the retail version in all its glory. Okay. We'll go ahead and take a look at some of the things that we have here. Fingerprint sensor, you have your volume rocker right here, right? So this is your power button and your fingerprint sensor, your volume rocker, nothing else. Over here you have nothing else really, just an antenna banding right there. On the very bottom you do have your USB-C speaker. Over here really nothing much going on here either. And then at the very top again you have your other speaker, pinhole mics are there. So that's pretty straightforward. Alright, let's go ahead and power it up. Go ahead and power it up just so we can see the initial view. And then once we power this up, we'll go through setting up everything. I'll set up my SIM card, I'll set up my Gmail, all those things will set it up. I won't bore you with that. And then we'll go ahead and talk about how you can convert your current phone to your new phone if you want to transfer data using Samsung Switch. Now the setup process is complete, so let's take a look at the phone and see how it compares to the previous version. So first thing was you take a look at, so I have this is the Fold 2 and this is my original Fold. Notice that everything transferred perfectly from the Switch using the Switch application. The first thing that I'll highlight here is that due to this aspect ratio being, again, larger, I'm able to have this date widget here include both the calendar day as well as the month fully. Over here you'll notice that it's kind of abbreviated, it's on the bottom. So I really am digging the way that looks. Now over here I can actually have more icons on the screen because of the resolution. So here I can only have 3 and here I actually have space for 4. You can notice everything is just much larger and it's dispersed and it's just a lot more usable than the previous version. Now if we flip it this way for a second, and we'll do the same thing with both of these. Let me put it right here. One of the things that I'll highlight first is that you only have 2 buttons here. So you have a volume rocker here, and then you have your fingerprint sensor. And this fingerprint sensor is both your power button and your fingerprint sensor. So here you have your volume rocker, and then you have a power button, and then you have a fingerprint sensor on the bottom. The fingerprint sensor technology, just works really, really well. It's just like the flip that we have here on the side too, and also it works as well, I would say, as even the Microsoft that we have there, the Microsoft Duo. Now, from a SIM card tray, your SIM card tray holder is here, and in this one it's over here in the bottom, so it's in a different place. Now, from a dimensions perspective, how different are they? So I'm going to put them next to each other, and right now there's magnets. So the magnets are it's cool. They're kind of pushing away from each other. But we'll put it here, and the one thing that you'll notice is that this one is a little bit wider. I'm really digging. I think that this is my preferred, I would say, form factor for the Fold. The thickness is spot on, and also the width is pretty good. And you'll notice if we put these side by side right here, how you can see that difference, right? From a gap perspective, I'm trying to look at this. I don't know if this one has more or less of a gap. So right now they're next to each other. I don't know. I'll have to look at it and just play with it a little bit more, right? If we take a look at them from their spine perspective, you can see what the spine looks like right there, right? And the magnets are right now drawing each other, so that's why it kind of escapes from my hand really quick. So that's what it looks like there. But there's definitely a difference in size and width, and again, it's just an overall better experience. Now, when you open it up, so I'm going to go ahead and open this one up. The actual format itself, I love. I do feel that this feels larger. I feel that it's more immersive, the experience. I like the fact that it's continual, so I don't have anything here missing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this guy up right here so you can see it side by side. And let me make sure that I'm logged in. Yep. And let's move these to the side for a second so you can see the difference. So again, it just feels like there's more space on this one. We'll go ahead and put them on top of each other so you can see how the difference. So you notice how much more you're getting here. So if you can see that right there, I have a full finger here width that I have of more surface. So digging the actual dimensions that you have there, and the magnets are bringing things together. Spacing, I find it better, even though there's things that you can change here. But overall, my experience is much better. Now, if I were to compare this to, let's say, the Microsoft Surface, so we're going to bring this in, unlock it, and I'm going to put it right here. Let's bring it right here next to each other. Let's go ahead and get rid of the news, and we have it right here. Yes, this is larger than this phone, but I actually prefer this experience more. Let's put it this way, for example, so you can see what I'm talking about. So you have the two screens, you have the separator, you do have, I would say, I guess, a virtual separator right here because you can see that crease, but from a overall form, this is the difference of the form factors. Now, there's no question the Duo is much thinner than the Fold, so we're going to put it side by side. You can see how this one is definitely much thinner than this one, and you can see how this way it also is much thinner. And just overall from a size perspective, you can see what the difference is, right? But one thing that this has that this other one doesn't is the fact that you can actually see the details of what's going on your phone and even answer chats, anything that's going on without having to open it. Now, one of the things I like about the implementation of Android in the Samsung ecosystem versus the Microsoft one is the shade. As I swipe down, you notice how the shade is fully encompassing side to side. When I swipe from over here, it feels like it's, you know, it was just like an add-on. It's not my full screen. I prefer this model, and even when I go back here, you know, the same thing was true here. You know, you basically had that full experience was set up that way. So there's definitely some differences in the software experience, but we're not going to get into all that until we actually do the in-depth review. But I just wanted to give you a view of, you know, some of the foldable devices that are out there, and give you kind of like a sense of what your choices are. Now, the last option that you have is, if we were to compare this one too, is we have the Z Flip. Now, this is the Z Flip 5G. Foldable as well, but a little bit different as you take a look at this. This is definitely the size of, I would say, my experience with the Note 20 Ultra or S20 Ultra, and it doesn't have the actual depth that this has from a width perspective, but it's also another foldable option for those of you who are, you know, still considering a foldable phone. So, what are my concluding thoughts on the Z Fold 2? I'm digging it. I think it feels better with the opening and the closing, and you hear this a lot by the other reviewers that have had this phone prior to launch date. And again, this is the retail version, right? So this is what you'll get if you have pre-ordered it. Is that the phone itself feels substantial. My only disappointment, and if Samsung is listening, is that for the cost of this phone, why didn't you include a case? The fact that there's no case is kind of disappointing, especially for this price point. This is a really expensive phone, and what would it cost to have a case in there? So if you haven't ordered a case, and I'll tell you, cases are really hard to come by, and we're going to have a lot of cases coming on the channel, you need to be really careful because you're going to be running this phone without any type of cover. So that would be my only negative about it. I'm going to give my full review. We're going to have tips and tricks on the channel. We'll talk about accessories that you can purchase for your Fold, and then we'll also do a more in-depth comparison of foldable phones, like which one should you choose? Should you go with the Surface? Should you go with the Flip? Or should you go with the Fold? Or, given the fact that this one is still in production and it's going to be cheaper, should you go with the original? A lot of things to consider. Anyways, thanks for watching this. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. We'll have more products coming shortly. See you in the next one.